Hey, it's Annie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the worst makeup advice. I'm hoping to save you some time and effort and energy not to try any of these. There's so many that pop up, especially on TikTok, but I've seen them on here too. And I feel like some of them are just clickbait and they're just not helpful. I cringe sometimes when I see this stuff and I'm thinking, here's the thing. If you're somebody like me that's been doing makeup for a while and stuff, I don't mean professionally, I mean just in general. My hands are in a lot of makeup, okay? And I was in the beauty industry. I know something about makeup, so I know what's bullshit and what's not. But there's a lot of people out there that are just getting into makeup. I see it all the time. They're just getting into makeup. Maybe their kids are just, finally grown up. They stopped wearing makeup because they didn't have time, okay, with their schedules. And now they're like, you know what? My kids are grown. I want to do stuff for me. I can relate because that's how I was in my 40s, okay? And then you go on these videos and people are doing some crazy shit and you don't know, like, is that what you're supposed to do? Because I was doing some of it too. And now I just want to slap myself for doing that, okay? So I hope that this is going to save you some time. One thing that I see, and I saw this recently, and it's bullshit. Don't ever curl your lashes after you apply mascara. For the love of God, don't do it. I recently saw somebody do this on a video. I'm not going to say who it is. If you know, you know. The video's it's a while ago. I was looking for my lash curler. I don't have it in front of me. But here's the thing. On her video, she's like, everybody says not to curl your lashes after mascara, but what they don't tell people is you just have to make sure it's cleaned off really well. You have to make sure it's cleaned off really well. So stupid me was like, oh, maybe that sounds good. That sounds like it will work. So I cleaned my lash curler. Okay, I cleaned it off. And then I went to use it after I applied mascara on. And guess what happened? All my lashes got stuck to the curler. So then I had to very, very carefully try to get that off without ripping my fucking lashes off. Don't do it. Do not do it. Don't curl your lashes with mascara on. Don't. You're going to be sorry that you did. Don't do it. Just giving you a warning. I don't care what anybody says. It's bullshit. And maybe it even depends on the mascara you're using. That could be, but why take the chance? Do you want to rip out your lashes? I know I don't want to at my age. I definitely don't. I'm using stuff to make them grow. Okay, so that's a big no. Don't do it. Other thing, don't use something to heat up your lashes. Here's another thing that I did because of TikTok. Somebody said, well, you should apply your mascara and then you hold a dryer underneath it to help curl it up. It doesn't work. Know what's going to happen? You're going to dry the mascara. And no, I was not using it on the heat setting. I wasn't using it. I wasn't using it on the heat setting. I was using it on the cool setting. But that air blowing is going to dry the mascara out. Is that the point of it? It seems like a dumb idea. And I tried it because I was gullible. Don't do it. Don't use a hairdryer. And also, I would not recommend using a heated curling thing. I'd be very careful doing that. Again, I did that too, and they can be kind of hot, and it can be too much for your lashes. As we age, our lashes get a little bit more fragile, so you've got to be really careful. I'm even really, really careful with curling my lashes. Like I don't do what I used to do. I'm very careful with them, so I'm just trying to help you out. Don't do it. This is another thing that just kills me when I see it. When I see somebody applying their contour, we're going to talk about contour, okay? Their contour, we'll just say bronzer, okay? Bronzer, contour, whatever, they'll put the lines all over, then they'll put their blush everywhere, and then they'll put their highlighter everywhere, and then mush it all together. Why are we doing that? There's a point when here's the thing about makeup. There's no rules for makeup, but I do think there are better ways to apply it that are going to complement your structure of your face. When you're putting shit all over and blending it out, you're not going to have control over it, so it's just going to look like a mess. And you're wasting a lot of product. You're just wasting because you're going to have to keep blending and blending. And so however you're doing it, whether with a sponge or brush, you're just wasting product. For the love of God, just stop. Just stop. 2, contouring is just bullshit. It is. I've shared it before. If you were like if I put contouring on right now, if I did that, it would look okay on me because I'm under lights. But if I went outside, you would see it and I would look ridiculous. And it's not going to get rid of a double chin. On camera it might, because it would create a shadow here, okay? But if I go outside, you're going to think, wow, her chin is really brown. Yeah. So contouring really is for stage makeup, stage photography, film, that thing. It's just really not meant for every day. The people that made it every day are YouTubers. That's who made it every day. And they're filming under lights, but they failed to tell you that it's not for every day. It isn't. I believed it too. I did it. I'm guilty of it. And I was walking around with brown shit all over my face. But I don't want to do that anymore because it just doesn't look really good. Okay? Okay. This is one that I saw recently and I was like, oh my God. And somebody actually asked me to test this out and I'm not going to because it's just not a good idea. Using hairspray to set your makeup. Yeah. Somebody actually shared that. They use hairspray on their nose to set their nose. I don't think that's a good idea. Hair products that are meant for your hair, really meant for your hair and not your face. Yes, some setting sprays do have alcohol in it, but it's going to be a different amount than something that's for your face. I would not recommend putting hairspray on your face. Okay, so don't do that. Another thing I don't agree with, and you might not agree with me because maybe you do this, but I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. Just don't think in long term it's a good idea, is using a setting spray under your eyes. Setting sprays have alcohol in them. And you're putting it under your eyes. Let's think about that. It's probably not a good idea, right? No, let's not do that. Let's not tap it under your eyes like that. I'm really careful about setting sprays. I know you're probably like, well, you put setting spray, you're putting all over your... That's true. But when you're spraying it, though, you're not putting the same amount on, I don't feel like, as you are when you're pressing it under your eyes. I just don't think it's a good idea to just put under your eyes. I don't agree with that. Sorry, I don't. I think just using a little bit of powder is good. It's not going to dry your under eyes. You just have to use the right powder. You don't want to use anything really heavy. You don't want to use a ton of powder. I just use a dusting of powder. Another thing, this is the last thing I'm going to say about contouring. It kind of is like what I'm talking about before, is that reverse contouring where you just put the contour on certain areas and then you put the foundation on top of your face. I don't agree with that either, because you're just going to... I feel like you're just going to blend it all away. It might not look like it's as extreme, but I don't think you're going to see... I don't know if you're going to see as much of a difference. I'm saying that because I've seen people do it, and I don't feel like I see a big difference in the two. The one tip that does work, as far as if you want to like lift your face, I've shared it before, and I don't have the right concealer in front of me. This one, I take that concealer and I drag it up this way from my corner of my cheek, or corner of my mouth up like this, and I blend it out, and I do that by my eye here too. It looks like my face is lifted like this. It's a great illusion. And the nice thing about that is that when you blend it, it doesn't look like I have a stripe on my face. That's a good one. This is another one I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. Using your brow pencil to line your lips, that's not going to match my lip color though. At all. Look at my brow pencil, because I have it on my brows, and look at my lips. Do you think that's going to match? I don't think so. And this one is another one that I'm seeing floating around a lot lately. It's just so wasteful. That's the thing with some of these hacks. I feel like they're so wasteful. Is taking a glass of water and squirting in a bunch of foundation and then dipping your brush in there and then putting it on your face. Why are you doing that? I mean, if you wanted to water down your foundation a little bit. Okay, I could possibly see that if you want to make it into more of like a serum. But even if you're using, and no judgment because I use this today, if you use a damp sponge, you're kind of doing the same thing, you know, but you're not wasting a bunch of product. What are you going to do with all that stuff you just squirt in there? You're just going to throw it down the drain. I mean, talk about pissing your money away. Those are the ones that really, like, make my skin crawl. Is when I see them. Here on my channel, I want to share things that are actually going to be helpful to you guys, okay? I want to share things that are really going to be helpful to you with your makeup application. I don't want to share just stupid clickbaity shit on here and waste your time, because I know your time is valuable, and I really, really appreciate that you guys take the time and watch my videos. It means a lot to me because you're taking time out of your day when you could be doing something else, and you're here. So I really appreciate it. So when you're here, I want to be able to, you know, I share reviews too, but I also want to teach, and I like to teach, and I want to share things that are actually going to help you and be beneficial, not crap like this, okay? So avoid all those things that I talked about, except for the one that I told you that does work. Avoid the other stuff. It's all bullshit, okay? All right, thank you guys so much for joining me. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you're new here, I would love to have you join. Just click that button below, hit that subscribe button. I share new videos every single week, actually every day, because I share shorts as well, and I will catch you guys all in my next video. Bye.